Big breaking news now coming in over the same development. We are also learning that this is the statement coming out of IDF. The IDF has struck Hezbollah terrorist targets and weapons storage facilities in Beirut. We are also learning that IAF fighter jets conducted intelligence-based strikes on terror targets belonging to Hezbollah's intelligence headquarters in Beirut, including intelligence gathering, means command centers and additional terrorist infrastructure sites. Coming back to you, Siddhant, what more can be inferred from the statement coming from IDF? The situation is only getting heated up.
Well, yes, situation is indeed getting heated up in the Middle East, and in fact, there are two fronts on which Israel is right now, fighting war, both by doing aerial strikes and also through ground invasion. One is Gaza, and the other is Lebanon. And in fact, in Gaza also, a hospital which has been struck down by the Israeli forces, and the name of the hospital is Suhada al-Aqsa. And in Lebanon also, there have been airstrikes which have been conducted by Israeli Air Force. Now, Israel has to say that this particular exercise is targeted, selective, and localized in nature. But Lebanese Health Ministry have been accusing Israel for killing civilians, have been saying that the civilian lives are being lost, and civilians are being displaced. So the civilians are getting affected with what Israel is doing in Lebanon. But Israel has to say that there are secret tunnels, hideout, safe house, and the weapon depot of Hezbollah at civilian complexes and premises. And it's and perhaps after gathering intelligence, Israel zeroed down on targets, and it's very important if Israel wants to finish Hezbollah once and for all, so that they don't regroup again against Israel. So for that, they need to go after those places, those targets, and that is exactly what Israeli forces are doing in Lebanon.
So much for putting all of that into perspective for our viewers. We will keep coming back to for more such developments emerging in straight from the Middle East. But right now we have got a word coming in from the United States of America as well, as far as their stand in this entire crisis is concerned. US Secretary of Defense has spoken to Israeli Minister of Defense Yoav Gallant to discuss Israel conflict with Iran, and escalating tensions in the Middle East is what we are picking up. In fact, in his post on social media profile X, US Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin has said, and in fact reiterated, the unwavering US commitment to Israel's security, a ceasefire in Gaza, and a diplomatic resolution that brings Israeli and Lebanese citizens back to their homes safely on both the sides of the border. But from the very beginning, we have seen US actually standing in Israel's support, but this time around it pretty much puts a lot of things into perspective, gives us a bit of the clarity where US's inclination is towards. US Secretary of Defense has spoken to Israeli Minister of Defense Yoav Gallant is what we are understanding, to discuss